tried ringing him. I have left messages on his answering machine. Anytime I've rung that he answers the phone, he just slams the phone down. Peter Manson has sat there and said we should talk to Tony.
Okay, well, let me
communicate with him.
Is that true, Tony, first of all? You don't talk to your family anymore, and if not, why not?
Okay, there's one thing happening here, in that these expressions of love, right, which I've always desired expressions of love, but I've never heard so many expressions of love recently. At the same time, which is totally contradictory to that, is continuous efforts to undermine my decisions and my direction in life. And it's got to this point where we are here on the Late Late Show, and I think that's extreme.
All right. Okay, let me go over here. I'll talk to a few more people over here. You're a Scientologist. Yes, good evening. Yes.
I've worked for the church all over the world as well, like Peter. And we've heard all these different allegations from these families and so forth. But there's one thing that hasn't been said here tonight, and I do want to say that, is that all these allegations, number one, was the subject of a 40-year-long investigation with the United States Internal Revenue Service, the subject of brainwashing, manipulation, harassing people and everything. And there is 12 linear feet of documentation in the Scientology room at the headquarters of the IRS, and they have now proved beyond a doubt that these allegations are not correct. They are open to public view. And also, I think it's very important to say, and I want to say this, nothing has been said about the work that Scientology has done internationally in the area of drug rehabilitation, getting inner-city children through literacy programs where they can read and write. In South Africa, we put 2 million children where the government said, black children, where the government said they could not read and write. Please, let me finish. Where they said they could not be educated. Through LRH's study technology, we were able to educate these two.
Fine.
No,
all right. Well, all right. That was a fair bit. What do you?
Well, I need to respond to that. I mean, the community betterment, social betterment, and community action programs were at an absolute nil in 1970, and the real reason was a cosmetic gesture after they lost the case in the U.S. in 1977, and Mary Sue Hubbard went to prison while L. Ron went underground and let his wife take the rap. And it was at that stage that they suddenly got really interested in teaching illiteracy. But what I really wanted to point out...
It's all
and everyone's been exonerated.
Outdated. This is like 10, 15 years ago.
Why don't you come into
1977.
But can I just...
Sorry, John, yes.
Moments ago, Willie asked about the deity, and you do have the equivalent of 10 Commandments. They're called the Code of Honor. And maybe people here would like to hear a few of those 15 statements. The first 3, very quickly. Okay. Never desert a comrade in need, in danger, or in trouble. 2, never withdraw an allegiance once granted. 3, never desert a group to which you owe your support. And number 12, I'll skip to number 12, never fear to hurt another in a just cause. Now that's your moral code, isn't it? Those are your 15 commandments.
Could I have a word from this man here, please? Yes. Are you a member? No.
I never heard the word Scientology before tonight.
Did you not?
Just never ever.
I'm astonished.
But it appears to me, as an unbiased person, that they just want control of your bank account and your mind. And I would just like to... I think the most important thing is, why do people get involved in what are cults? And I'd like to ask Mary to bring the whole thing back to where you started. Mary, you said, was an obviously intelligent person who in 2 years did a 4-year course. Person who, I think her father said about the entertainment.
Why did she join?
Exactly.
I beg your pardon. I'm so sorry. Sorry, Mick. I'm so sorry. I beg your pardon. That was my fault. Mary, could you answer that fairly succinctly? What were you searching for when you joined?
There's several reasons why people join. People join because maybe they're idealists. They're looking for something, whether it be spiritual or whether it be on an intellectual level. Maybe they've gone through a trauma. They're thinkers. They're romantics. I joined because I would be intelligent, and I'm very interested in the way the mind works, and because I wanted to improve myself. And this was presented to me as a science that worked. And that's why I joined. Okay, I'll give you 2 minutes, Peter, to summarise what you've heard and answer what you've heard tonight in the programme. Okay. So far, you probably feel that you've been bashed to death or something.
Oh no, it's been enjoyable. First of all, the gentleman...
You've heard it all before, Peter.
I've heard it all before.
Yes.
There's a few really key things to keep in mind. religion is a controversial subject, and I can understand, the gentleman saying that from this discussion, this is what he has gathered. Well, whether that's what you've gathered or not, whether at the end of this you feel you understand Scientology or you don't understand Scientology, and I really don't think you will, but I think it's really important that we keep in mind that we live in a world where people are free to make their own choices. Tony wants to be a Scientologist. This whole thing with the Phelan family could end tonight. Right here, this program could actually achieve something if Tony and PJ and John and the others said, we're brothers. Let's just be brothers, and you do what you want to do. I'll do what I want to do, and we won't pressure each other. We won't control each other. John and PJ, for whatever reason, cannot tolerate Tony making his own choice about his own religion. If they just let him be, it would absolutely be the end of it.
It must be clear they believe that he is not making his own choice.
Well, they believe that, but the other thing you have to take into account is, as I said, they have got tremendous amounts of information from this lady. I mean, you might think it's funny,
yes. Okay.
But
all right.
They've both been invited. Why don't you come and visit the Church of Scientology? Come and have a look at things. Come and talk. Come and meet. Discuss. They refuse.
Okay. All right. There we have to leave you. Thank you very much indeed, all of the contributors to tonight's program. And I presume and I hope that it sheds some light on the difficulties that people are having to